All right. Yes, everybody. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
My name is Joe, and I am here because I want to see this generation on fire for Jesus. Amen? Amen. All right. I hope you guys are on the similar page. And the way I do that is two ways I do that. Is number one, I do that with media, and number two, I do that with speaking. So hence why I'm here, and hence why I have two TVs. But specifically, I'm here to show you today how to relate to a gaming generation. So, Jesus and Call of Duty, relating to a gaming generation. So, I'll give you a little rundown of what's going to happen in this workshop. There's 3 questions that I want you to walk away with answers to. And so that first question is, why is our generation into computer video games? Number 2, what computer video games are you playing? And number 3 is, how do we relate to that in a godly way? Is that cool? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So we're going to have the ability talking, there's going to be some cool videos, there's going to be this, and then there's also going to be a whole lot of fun, okay? We're just going to have fun, I'm going to have fun up here, you're going to have fun, everybody's going to have fun, okay? Woo. Alright? Let's go. Oh, this is working good. Okay. If you don't know what's going on here, if you have smartphones or phones, you can text in or smartphone in. We'll have more questions up later, but I'm just giving you a chance to respond there. Alright, so how it's going to be structured today, I'm going to introduce myself, tell you a little bit about my vision, what I do, and then you're going to introduce yourself and things like this. This is the first question that you're going to introduce yourself. So I'm going to get to know you as well. People's getting big. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the origins and the foundation and why we get this tendency to maybe fight a little bit and then this kind of game thing. We're going to look at some New Zealand statistics. Now, these blew my mind. It's going to blow your mind too. I'm going to show them to you. We're going to have some more questions. We're going to have some video clips. I've got some pretty cool stories to share. And lastly, we will finish with 3 points of how you relate to a gaming generation. So 3 things that just will be really key for you to relate. Is that cool? Yes? All right. Okay, so, as I said before, I'm Joe. And so I was born and raised here in Christchurch. Who's born and raised here in Christchurch? Yeah, a handful of people? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
What was the question?
On the screen. And so my parents were the youth leaders at City East Church, which I still go to today, so I don't know what that church is. It's quite a small church, but I love it because I get involved. So as I grew up, I got involved with the kids' church, the youth group, the IT, the speaking. I just did anything I could. I was just that guy that was just like, I'm playing the guitar in front and the kids' church, I just did everything. That was me in my teenage years. I'll take up my parents, you know what I mean? And then I also love doing short-term mission trips. I've been to Fiji, and I've been to an unknown place I can't actually say in Asia because it's one of those places, if you know what I mean, that's illegal to share gold with people. But so much fun, changed my life. If I can encourage you to do that, be seeing it. Last year I graduated from UC with a computer science degree, so I kind of understand how these kind of games work a little bit, maybe. And so now we're full-time for Orion Health, making health Facebook. That. So what it is, looks like Facebook, log in, healthcare record, communicate with healthcare providers. No, you don't post your, hey, I've got AIDS, no, it's not like that. No, it's like a central place, it's a bit more professional, but not that much about Facebook. Today in my spare time, I play hockey, absolutely love hockey. I build and fix computers, funnest thing ever. I love skiing when I can get out, which is good because it's going to be ski season soon. I make videos, and I speak as well, which I really love to do. And I also play computer games in my spare time. Woo! And mainly the last 4 years, the main game I've been playing is Dota 2. Dota 2? Yeah, a couple, yeah. Okay. Alright, so now's your chance to respond. So we've got some people here. Age is really big. Is that going to be Age of Empires?
Because it's Age of Empires again, Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
It's like doubled up.
Right, I've got some Dragon Age, got some Age of Empires. I've seen some Gary's Mods, Skyrim, Battlefield, RuneScape, League of Legends. What's everyone from? Okay, who it is? It's going to chop the words off, it's kind of weird. Counter-Strike, Guys, okay. League Legends, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty. Okay, cool. So we've got a bit of a mix. So you got? Do you know if you play games? Yeah, okay. Everyone's playing games. Everyone's playing. Mobile games count. Games count. Everything counts. Okay, cool. So this is what you guys are into. It's interesting. I just have another question. Let's go. Okay, how much time would you spend? Would you spend a week on computer video games? So texting, whatever. And if you don't have one, it's okay. It's just to get an idea from the audience what you guys are interested in. All right. So one person respond already. 2 people respond. 5 to 10 hours. That's going to be 10 to 20 at the bottom. It's not like a 0 to 20 because it could be one less than 1 out. 2, yeah?
No.
All right. Oh, it's going. This is cool. I love this. This is the first time I tried
Does
this.
this cost anything to text?
I don't know. I tried. I don't think it does. It does?
I tried.
Okay, don't do it. Don't fix it if you don't want to. Sorry. All right. This is just to get an audience idea because it's kind of hard to put pen and paper. I play computer games 5 hours a week. Right? It's kind of awkward. So it's just good this, right? All right. Now, during my speaking, I love to just give you guys breaks because it's just something completely different. So, one of the games our youth play, which it's getting more popular, who's heard of Team Fortress 2? I'm just going to show you a clip from Team Fortress 2, okay? I'm just going to pull this out. Now, the cool thing about Team Fortress 2 is you've got different classes of units, right? And they have different personalities. So this is Meet the Sniper. I quite like the sniper's kind of personality. He's kind of cool.
Boom. Headshot. Sniping's a good job, mate. It's challenging work, out of doors. I guarantee you'll not go hungry, because at the end of the day, long as there's 2 people left on the planet, someone is going to want someone dead. Not a crazed gunman, Dad. I'm an assassin. Well, the difference being one has a job and the other's mental sickness. I'll be honest with you. My parents do not care for it. I think his mate saw me. Yes, he did. Feelings? Look, mate, you know there's a lot of feelings. Blokes would bludgeon their wife to death with a golf trophy. Professionals have standards. Be polite. Be efficient. Have a plan to kill everyone you meet. Dad, put mum on a phone.
I love those things. If you want to go to a YouTube thing, just put in like me, Team Fortress 2, just go for it. And they all have great personalities. I might show some more. So, I'm going to lay a little bit of a foundation now. So, from the beginning, there was this conflict. Jesus and Satan, good and evil. And so naturally, specifically in the spiritual realm, but it does come through into the physical and emotional realm, we have this tendency to want to fight. Now, this is girls and guys, both deep down, we have this natural tendency. We want to fight, and we want to be on the winning side, right? We want to be on the good side, right? And so this is kind of from the start, the Garden of Eden, you've got Satan and that conflict there from the get-go, right? So this is built down in our human nature. Okay? Taking that a little step further, 1 Timothy 6:12, fight the good fight of faith. So there is some biblical thing, there is a fight going on. That is talking about the spiritual realm. No, we don't need to axe people. It's okay. And so, more specifically for the male. So, when God made Adam and Eve, male and female, God made the male to be the stronger of the two. So, He made the male to be the provider and protector. Some of the male's role in the family is to protect the family, to go to war, if that was the case, right? So, males even more so had this real fight instinct in it. It's just this kind of this adrenaline, this kind of righteous anger that naturally God's put there so that they can protect their family. Okay, is that making sense? Yeah. And so it's really important because this is how God's made us, and this is a really important foundation for understanding why we might be a little bit interested in this game. Okay? So, I want to give you guys some statistics now on New Zealand. Now, these blew me away. Okay, so the first statistic, now these are all from, New Zealand's quite small. The only people that really do statistics on gaming in New Zealand is the IGEA. So, problem today, problem in New Zealand, statistics. 93% of New Zealand homes have a device for playing computer games. Now, this study was done in 2011 by Bond University, which is in Australia. There was a PhD research in the IGEA. So 93% of New Zealand homes have at least one device playing computer games. Now that kind of blew me away, 93%. Even if that's a bit of an overestimate, maybe it's only 80%, that's still a lot. That's 4 out of 5 people. Now here's where it gets a little bit more relevant to our youth. All homes with children under the age of 18 years have a device for playing computer video games. Now I'm quoting this, I'm not paraphrasing this, from a report in 2010, this is 5 years old. And I think it's probably increased from this. So you can assume that every youth in your youth group, in their household, has a gaming device. Now that really blew me away. I thought it was just, maybe majority or something, but no, I mean, that statistic kind of blew me away. Even if that's an over-exaggeration, maybe 90%, that's still ridiculously high. Correct, yeah? All right, next statistic. Now here's where the male versus female thing comes on. So females more heavily consume a puzzle, board game, family and educational games. Now this is a statistic, I'm not so your Candy Crush, your Farmville, your Angry Birds, girls are generally more into those. Guys, on the other hand, are heavy consumers of action, strategy, racing, first-person shooters, adventure, role-playing games, and fighting games. Now, so that comes back to a little bit to do with the role in the male-female in the household, but very interesting statistics. Next one, last one. Gamers who play on PCs and consoles all play games primarily to have fun and relax. People who play mobile games, however, play predominantly to pass time. Does that make sense? So generally, I can understand, so you're waiting at the doctors, you pull out your cell phone, you're just playing anything, you know what I mean? You're trying to pass time. Whereas when you're at home, get home from work, you're like, oh, it's probably playing TV and some of these ones. You know what I mean? So, fair distinction here. So I guess that if the girls are playing more casual kind of games, I guess it means girls are generally portable, guys are generally console games, but that's just a generalisation. I'm not trying to lock that in there. Cool. So that's some statistics for you. So let's watch another clip. How about it? Now, so this is Counter-Strike. Is there a Counter-Strike? So this game, very popular. It's a very cheap game. It's like $20 in New Zealand. As the youth kind of transition, I'll probably need to mention this first. So the trend I'm seeing with this generation, this is from my youth group and my experience. I've got 2 or 3 years experience with being a youth leader, but from what I've seen is from the statistics, they're raised in a household with, they get given a gaming console as kids, maybe they're 8 years old, and then from 8 till they come into youth group age, kind of 13, they've got into the console game. Now they've got an Xbox, PlayStation, or Wii U, or Nintendo 3DS, something like that. And then once they start hitting 15, 16, the parents start giving them laptops for their study, And so they start to transition for a little bit into computer games. And so the main ones that are leading the way are like really cheap ones like Counter-Strike, Team Fortress 2, which is free, and the other ones like Dota 2, League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm. They're free, really good games as well. So I'm seeing this transition. So that's why I'm showing this one. So this here is Counter-Strike Go trailer. I absolutely love it. Where is it? so that there is Counter-Strike Go. So, time for you to respond. Let's come to that whole view. We're going to go. So, good to see that you guys play games.
Whereabouts would you get on the list?
I would be 10 to 20 hours, I would think. Maybe if I was on holiday, it might be 20 plus hours. Let's see. Yeah, this one's live. Okay, so I want you to think about your youth groups, and I want you to tell me, what do your youth play? So what computer video are you playing? So I've got guys at youth group that rock up with their Nintendo 3DSs and they're simply playing Pokemon the whole time. GTA 5, G's, not even 18 yet. Pokemon, okay. Coming in, Fashion Plans, I've got kind of youth group today. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, so this is what I use for playing. Because I was really interested, because I mean, I've got my idea and I've got some statistics, but it's really good to know what you guys have. Angry Birds Gary's model. Cool. Okay, next question. How much time would you spend on video computer games? So, I don't know, take the average youth group person that's in your small group or action group thing. And okay, 25, okay, here we go, something happens. Already, this is looking significantly more than well than our gaming. We were sitting kind of up here, and now kind of down here. Okay, so why is gaming so popular? That's the question. That's what I want to discuss. It's good. It's good. Immersion. Escapism. Yes. Yes. Good. You're having on this one. Procrastination. So good. So good. All right. So let's discuss some of these. Escapism. Totally agree with this one. So I'm going to be showing a bit of a movie shortly. It's a snippet from a movie. And one of these gamers, it's an escape thing from his dad died when he was young, and it's just an escape. He got more into computer games because of it. And so generally there's something in their lives that they don't want to deal with, that they're just blocking out the computer. And the people who are going for this game, they get very into it because they just got every thought, everything, they just be so focused on computer games because they don't want to even think about it and go. Competition, yes, very much so. It is crazy now. 10 years ago, you were just competing with, you might have LANs or like a console. Now you're competing to be the best in the world because of the internet. Fun, yes, a lot of fun, I totally agree. Immersion, I completely agree. There's some games I have avoided playing World of Warcraft because I know I would just get hooked on the thing. You can totally just get encapsulated in the game. And social, yes, this is something I'll talk about very shortly, but social, if you can make video games social, and at least makes them social, at least they're doing something else apart from just staring at the screen, it's really good to get them to that. Procrastination, yes. It's very easy. I mean, you always want to do something fun when you've got something to do, right? How's people quit? I'll hit on this quick one, so I'll leave it a little bit behind. I want to come back to one here. It is very easy and cheap for parents. So you've got parents, they've got their kids, like I said, that statistic about parents. It's, I need to go cook dinner, go watch a movie, go play a video game. It's easy. And the reason why it's easy is because generally parents already have a TV. They pay $600 for Christmas or their birthday, they get them a console, and then every few months they spend $100 and get them a new game. Very, very cheap compared to making them go out and play sport or something like that. It's a lot cheaper, and it's also, this is a very important one, it's safe. Physically it's safe. Mentally can have some danger in there. But for parents, like, oh, it's safe, I mean, also with, like, how your kid can't even climb a tree today without, you know what I mean? Like, it's just stay on the computer and be safe. No, because we know the internet, you can pour on this stuff, and it is something that's very real. There is some very real dangers there. Something else. everybody does it. So it really is a trend. So it's default. I'm like youth are coming up, and it is default for the families. It's not just some of them. It is most of all of them. So it's easy to do what everyone else is doing, right? Again, connects with for males. Connects with the fight incident again for the males. And something like a personal story for me, some of my best memories I've had with some of my mates has been, I'd hire like an Xbox 360 and we'd get Halo 3 and we'd clock the campaign literally one weekend. Like, that was like co-op, me and my mate, we got bonded. It was just like a real bonding moment. Like, you guys understand what I mean with it? So there's some really good memories there. And that's really good. If you can connect with a mate one-on-one and do something like that, it's like an achievement in life, like it's in the bucket list. That's some of my best memories. Cool. Have a look. Anything else there? Cool. I think you guys are pretty aware of stuff. But yeah, something really important there. That the parents is really important. It's the parents that are just it's easy. So next question I'm going to ask, but I don't think I'm going to bring this up so much. So why is it an issue? Why is it an issue that we have so many people playing video games, video games? And so there's, coming back to the Bible, everything's permissible, but nothing is beneficial. So not everything is beneficial. So what, is gaming bad? No. Can it be bad? Yes. It's like, gaming is like alcohol. It's a good thing, except when you have too much. Okay? So, the issue is that I've got boys in my youth group, all they do is game. They go to school, they might play sport if you're lucky. They come to youth groups, that's why I see them. Some of them, I got a guy that doesn't come to youth group, he just plays games now. And all they do, their life outside of youth group and school is just games. 100%, that's it. And it's an issue because it's addictive. Like a game that isn't addictive isn't worth playing. You know what I mean? Like you know those games you play and play, like this is lame. Like it's got to be a good game if you want to play. And so, and it's very addictive because it's all visual and it's really cool stuff they do with it, right? Again, escape stuff is pretty scary. Now I've got a story for you. I got, for a period of time in my life, a bit addicted on gaming. And it was, so what happened was I was in my first year of university and had my last exam on Monday afternoon, finished about 3 or 4 o'clock, and I went to Guy Fawkes that night or whatever. And then my parents put a huge amount of pressure on me to get a job over the summer. And so I was finished Monday, start work full-time, never done full-time work in my life, on Wednesday. And so that was going to be 8 hours a day, and it was going to be, I had to get up early, but I couldn't get up at 8 o'clock as a student. Like I had to get up like 6:30 to get to this job. And I was working in a hot tunnel house as well. It was crazy. And so, as you do after exams, like after uni, you just let your head out a bit. I spent all the Tuesday just on video games. It was great. It was just like, I haven't played video games in like weeks. It was nice to do that. I don't think that was necessarily a bad thing. But what ended up happening was, I never really stopped. I never really slowed down after just the immense study and everything. Just really pushing. I've been kind of on the verge of burnout, really pushing myself the whole time. And so what happened was I'd get up early, I'd be tired, I'd go to work tired, I'd work 8 hours, I'd come home, I'd be tired, I couldn't be stuffed, hang out with people, family, and I'd just go around and play Dota 2 at the time. And that went on for a few weeks, and then I realised that I was just addicted. Like I just had to get on the computer. It was just like I was like a slave. It was just like, it's my down. And what I noticed was I was just in this busy lifestyle, just busy. I mean, I did still have social time with mates, but it was just I'd hang out with mates and then straight up home and go play some more Dota, or play Dota 1 until the end. And it's just endless. And so what the key thing I want to get out of here is that it was my busyness. I didn't ever stop. And so my mind generally is quite active. It's just generally quite, normally I'm strategic as well. My strength is just nuts way at things. But even more so than when I was in that vicious cycle of being addicted, and just my brain was just 24/7 going, and sleep is good, and I wasn't caring for God, I wasn't spending time with God. And so what broke me out of that was like just stop. Like just stop and just be still. Be still. Just still your mind. And I just stopped and I realised, flip, I'm just tired, just in this vicious cycle, just playing computer games and working. I was working, doing stuff, but it was not healthy at the time. And after that, I ended up doing a 40-day fast with computer gaming. And I went for the first week, it was brutal, and then for the last however long I was like, this is easy, it's fine. Just to prove it didn't own me. But yeah, the key thing, if someone in your youth is addicted, just to get them to stop and just kind of step back and go, okay, what am I doing in life? Where am I going? Still their mind, because their mind genuinely, you get something that games, and that was what I was doing. It wasn't until I actually stopped and just like, for a couple of days or even like a few days, I just stopped and just, maybe play computer games for a couple of hours a day, but just really slow down, and it really brought me back to God and brought my life back to normal again. So, another reason why it's an issue is because today's generation, I see what they talk about in the default into games, but in that they're not trying other things. So they're not getting involved in the churches, not getting involved in the youth groups, they're not trying things as you expect youth to, right? And like as you're growing up, you want, say it's your own kid, you want them to kind of try a bit of everything, so they work out who they are, what they're really passionate about, right? And so what's happening is you're getting people mature later because of that, because they're not developing, they're just, even if sometimes the games aren't social, they can have that, but they're maturing later, they're not growing spiritually because of it either. And so, this issue as well is that parents don't know how to channel it. A lot of it rests with parents. And so what, for me, in my household, there's two extremes. We've got parents that are just way too lenient and the kids just go for it, you know what I mean? I've got a kid in my youth group, he was 14, was coming to youth group and tells me about GTA. I'm just like, well, you shouldn't be playing that. Because it is R18. It's R18 for a reason, because this is just free will, you do what you want. And you know what GTA is like. And so you've got this extreme, you're just right addicted into it. Then you've got the other extreme, which is when you've got parents who are really, really restricting. And they don't, and the reason why they're restricting is because they don't understand. So, what I say to parents, like, it's actually a bit of my story. My parents, my dad was a mechanic, mum is a swim coach now. They don't understand computers. I'm the kind of black sheep of my family a little bit. And so my parents restricted me to half an hour of computer time a day when I was 8 till whatever it was, maybe 16. I kind of started letting me go a little bit. But and so I have a computer science degree. I do software development. That was just I build and fix computers. I have a genuine interest in computers and stuff. But as a kid, all I could see was just computer games. And so my parents needed to channel that and go, okay, this is actually a passion in the IT, channel it into that. So it was the parents not understanding it was because they restricted me. And so it's really important as youth leaders that you have those conversations with the parents, because and I have computer science, I got a job straight away after I graduated. There's 3 positions available for every graduate that's coming out of University of Computer Science. We need heaps of people in IT, and just channel them into that, get them into coding. Have you tried things like that? Parents just don't know because it's unknown. So channel it away from the games. Well, not that games are bad, but just in general into computers and programming, things like that. Cool. Let's have a question again. All right. What do you do in your spare time apart from video games? So I want to hear what else you guys do. What I'm finding is because the youth don't do these things, you can't talk to them about your sport you're playing because they don't play sport. The only thing you can talk about with them is gaming, right? Yeah, play board games. Watch games on Twitch. They can't play the games, you can watch them. So, what I'm trying to get at here, guys, is encourage them to have a life outside of gaming. Amen? Yes? Yes? Encourage them, because a life that is only game is not a life. But a life with gaming on the side is a life. That's fine. So the other stuff that you guys do, tell them, things like that, and encourage them. Encourage them to get involved with other stuff. YouTube. Serve the church. Yes, exactly. That's something that, a little story from myself. I'll go for time, 10 minutes. I love short-term mission trips, and the reason why I love short-term mission trips is because it is when I go and I get away from my life, I put myself in a very uncomfortable situation I'm not familiar with, and I'm so dependent on God, and God rocks up and I learn so much. And that is one thing that I couldn't encourage you more to encourage your youth to do. Get them on a mission trip because it is life-changing. Just a short-term one, like a couple of weeks, just get them out there. Because they're the best people to go as well, because they don't have families, they don't have things like that. So that's just a side note there, something I'm very passionate about them trying to get into, because it's changed my life. My vision for being up here was very on a mission trip. Cool, so this is called, I'm going to use this one. Free to play. Who's got a free to play? Anyone? This is, if you want to watch this with your youth group, this is really good. This gives them a really good, it's going to launch. It's coloured with death. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh yeah, we're just going to watch like the first few minutes of this. Now, this is going to blow your mind. Like with professional gaming, I'm going to hit on this shortly, but I'll just introduce Dota 2 as well. This is the game I've strategically still play because of the way it's leading.
$1.6 million prize pool. I'm double checking to make sure they haven't changed any details since they told us last time. $1 million in US dollars for first prize. That is for the winner. $1 million for winning Dota. It's going to be huge. Dota2.com. The tournament tab is up to. Our website will actually change for the next 24 hours as well. So you guys can actually read all the details.
The day I transformed into an adult was the day I started playing Dota. Times like when you go out on the stage, you represent your country for something, you get the prize. It's the amount of satisfaction and achievement that nothing else can give you. It's something I definitely not regret ever doing. Gaming is simply the proudest thing in my life.
It can be called a gamer, but for me, it's something different. One way to forget about pain is to do something that you will be in completely. So, computer games, for me, it was everything.
This is my career. I've chose to do it for so long. Success, in my eyes, is always based off on how other people see you. In the eyes of the public, and it's up to them.
It's important to be doing things that you love and you really appreciate, because that's your passion, man. You should really work for your passions. Yeah.
Okay, guys, you have 7 minutes to set everything up, and then we go.
This is the first time I really wanted to take something seriously and do something good for my life.
Just going to stop it there because I'm running out of time, but please, if this is on YouTube, it's free to watch. Watch it, it's going to blow your mind. There's some key points I want to hit on that's found here is there is huge, huge money in gaming. Now, this year, 2011, there was $1.6 million in the Dota 2 prize pool, right? today, the international is coming up, and I just wanted to show you guys this because $1.6 million in 2011. At the moment, what are we looking at? $11 million in the prize pool this year's international. Now, I'm not sure this is actually $11 million. I'm not joking here. As a gamer, if you are good, you can earn huge money. Now, Dota 2 especially, this is the top game really at the moment. It's a huge prize pool. That's the reason I'm strategically playing. So, number one, there's huge money game. Now, the other thing about game is it is not family friendly, because if you don't win, you don't get paid. So, how it generally works is, like, probably out of that, the winning team will get like $5 million, and so there's 5 people in the team. So then maybe it might be a coach or another thing. So they might get, $800,000 each or something. That is a huge amount of money, and they pay for computer games. It's crazy, right? But if you don't win, you don't get paid. You've got to actually be really good. Now, an article, do I have the article on me? These guys get paid more than people who play FIFA. Now, this is big, and you think FIFA's big? Dota is smacking it down. Here, it was taking it out already. Here, it's taking it out. So, there was an article that I was reading that. So, the FIFA World Cup winners, they get a salary, so it's a bit more family friendly. They're getting paid. Whereas the Dota guys, you just have to win to get paid. But the prize pool money for winning is about twice what you get. So if you won the FIFA World Cup, I think at the last one, they got each player got $400,000 just for winning. But you're looking at double that if you win this time. Crazy, right? This is crazy. Now this isn't a bad thing. The reason why this isn't a bad thing is because this is a mission field, guys. Who are we sending? And if you have someone at your group that's actually really good at Dota, please introduce me to them, because I want to equip them and I want to send them on a mission trip over there. Because we need people in there. I'm super passionate about this, because I've been in a couple of New Zealand tournaments. I just want to get in there and cheer. It's a really hard field to get in with. But please, if a youth decides they've tried things, they're into God, and they've tried a whole lot of different things, back them up in their gaming. If this is what they want to do, back them up, please, because we actually need people in there. Christians being lights. Number one, you've got to be a foundation. I'm going to wrap up now. So here's my heart. Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, your heart is also. So where your time and money goes into gaming, that is where your heart is. And so as youth leaders, this is really key for you guys here. You can't speak into them and challenge them in this year if you don't relate to them. So you need to play the games that they play. Jesus was really good with it with parables. He would tell the parables to the relevant, to farmers, things that they're going through. You've actually got to relate. And because they all only do gaming, you kind of have to. So I want you to model to them in your personal life what a healthy amount of gaming is. You tell me. That's what I'll leave on you. Show them the amazing life you can have when you let God be the master of your life, not the games. And so I thought about giving up gaming not long ago, and God nudged me and said, no, there's a ministry here, you need to start it. 3 points to wrap up of how you can relate to a gaming generation. Number one, normal because it is normal. It's really key here. This is 100% normal. This isn't going to get less common, it's going to get more common. It is normal. Talk about with them. I've got guys who they just don't talk about the game. What did you do? Because all they do is game. They don't even talk about it. So you got to talk to them. How's your day? Good. What have you been up to? Oh, not much. Come on, open up a bit more. What games you play? So make it normal in your youth groups. Talk with them about their parents. Parents are really key here. Number two, make it social. Now, I can't stress this one more. LAN parties with your youth group. I actually want to go out and buy an Xbox game because as I was preparing for this thing, co-op thing with Halo, playing for the campaign here, there's a guy and there's a young kind of leader in the church. He doesn't really have a good mate, but I really want to just spend some good time with him. And he does gaming. I just want to. You're going to buy Xbox games. I'm a computer gamer, but I'll just do that. But make it social. And so that's why Dota 2, Team Fortress 2, they're all teamwork games. The cool thing about Dota is it isn't the fastest click. It's not the Chinese that are winning it anymore. It's the thing I love about Dota 2, and this is I'm just super passionate about this, is the teams that win are the ones with best teamwork and the best, like, it's teamwork and strategy. It's not fastest reaction time. Yeah, Call of Duty is just point and shoot, who can point and shoot wins, right? I don't like those sort of games because But do you see what I mean? Encourage those sort of games that are social. Team Fortress 2 is good there, Counter-Strike. And the last point, the most important point, who is the master, guys? No matter if you've got a guy who's really decided to try all of things, so I really want to be a professional gamer, and they are actually good at it. You've got to advise them, if they're not really good and they spend a whole lot of time in the game and they're not a professional gamer, you've got to have that conversation with them. You invest all your time into this, but really not actually that good. I mean, what I'm saying is show if they really are good and they're really passionate about it, send them, get behind them, back them up. But if they're investing more time into it and they're not looking like they're going to earn any money from it, and they're doing it more than just a casual side hobby, then you need to have that chat with them. What are they doing with their life? And so my computer is my best tool. I work 8 hours a day on a computer. I use a computer for video listening, for game. I'm on a computer probably 10 hours a day sometimes, but I use it for a million different things. It is my best tool. It's a really good servant. It's not a good master. If I'm a slave to that and I just got to have a computer, it's not healthy. Who's the master? Now, if you want to have some time, the movie's about an hour long. When you get a chance, just chuck it on YouTube. The best thing ever is to show YouTube because you should see the look on the players' faces when they put their life into the game, and they are good. And then they don't get 4th or 5th, not first. They still get like 35k each or something. 35k each is not much in terms of the thing, but that's huge anyway. But to show them the disappointment that, these guys, it's my life, and they're just simply like, one guy who loses a thing, he puts his entire life into it, and he's like, I've got a big thing to think about what's really important in life. Show them that. And so kind of what you pray just to wrap up. Is that cool? Hey God, I thank you so much for these awesome youth leaders. I thank you so much that we're here at Sutton Youth Leaders Training. And I thank you so much for the opportunity you've given me to share with them. And God, I just really pray that you will give them your words, your ideas about how to relate to this generation. And I just pray that God, speak into the parents, speak into the kids, and just encourage them to be healthy in that. And God, I just pray that no matter what they do, that they'll encourage that you, God, will be the centre of each and every single person's life. And I just pray that you will provide people that are on fire for you, that are into gaming, that you will send into that mission field of gaming, because there is such a huge need there. And so, God, we just give all these things to you. Amen. Amen. Thank you, guys.